CEO, this ain't no rinky dink ass motherfucking show, bro. How your white ass the only one not on time? Nigga, get your ass in here on time, boy.
What's good, man?
Not much, man. I'm black in America. Ain't shit good. What's up with you, though?
Stop it.
Hey, this white nigga ally. He cool.
Not on Black in America. He sound like Drinkus.
Hey, he cool.
He sound like Drinkus. Hey, everything about Drinkus tonight. Just because Drinkus out there minding his business.
And new.
Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the Scrap and Roll MMA podcast. I'm your host, Sky. We got your host, Jace, CJ in the building, and we have a special guest. Ceo.Henrdix is in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself, CEO. Let everybody know who you are and, you know, your favorite fighter, when you got into MMA, all that good stuff.
All right, for sure. I'm Hendrix, and I'm basically what you may call the Beniel guy of TikTok because I'm literally the only Beniel Dariush fan on the planet, and it's rough times out here being a Beniel fan. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. But in terms of when I got into MMA, basically been surrounded by it my whole life because my mom's boyfriend, real into it. He's a Diaz fan. So I remember hearing about Diaz and Conor all the time, all that. So I've kind of always been surrounded by it. And I'm a wrestling fan. So, of course, Brock Lesnar, shout out. But yeah, that's basically it.
I'm going to keep it a buck, man. I was a little bit scared when you said you've been around it your whole life and you said your mom's boyfriend. I thought you were going to say he used to put them balls on you. is your mom
We've been training since
boyfriend?
birth, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I thought all of a sudden your mom dated LaShawn or something.
Oh man, shout out to LaShawn Strickland. Hey, when he said my mom's boyfriend, both me and Jace, I don't know if you did, CJ, we both leaned in like, hey, what turn are we taking? Nah, that's what's up. Have you, so obviously let's just go ahead and get into it. This past weekend we had UFC Austin, which was absolutely amazing. Beniel Dariush got starched by Arman Tsarukyan. I don't think that we had that on the bingo. Like I think majority of the pod went with Tsarukyan, but like I didn't see that coming. Like, how did it feel? Pause. As you were watching the fight for however long it was on.
Man, it was so I basically was seeing him just, load up the overhand, do everything. It looked like we were getting the flow of things. So I was like, all right, this is going to be a good fight. As the fight goes on, Beniel will get in his groove, will win this decision or knock him out later on. It'll be good. But then all of a sudden, this man throws up a knee. I see him fall. I'm like, what? Did this man just get Edson Barboza again? Jesus Christ. But then they do the replay, and it's a right hand. And I'm like, man, how are we supposed to go past the chin accusations if you keep doing this, Benny, man? I can't keep defending your chin if this keeps happening.
It is looking suspect after two knockouts in the first round. Let's take a look at the card, and then obviously we'll end up getting back to the top with Benny and Arman.
Hold on, before we go, what do you rank the card for being a fight night?
Hey, this was like right up there with UFC Noche.
Yeah.
As far as a fight night, this was like high nines, mid nine. I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 because I think I gave UFC Noche like a 9.5 or a 9.6, something like that. I'll give this a 9.
What you give it, Jace?
I'm gonna give it a 8.7.
What you got, CEO?
All bias aside, like the fact that your card close got a finish on this card, that just shows you how special it is. So I mean, it's like I'd probably give it a 9 too. It was a solid up and down.
Yeah,
I've heard that before. I've definitely heard that before.
That's a solid up and down. I think I'm gonna give it an 8.4. It was a very good card, but my dumb ass went 0 for 6 on the main card picks. It happens.
I feel you, man.
Hey, I was solid on the prelims, but on the main card, I shit the bed. Fuck it.
Yeah. I think overall the card was amazing. I had commented on like one of Dana's posts earlier in last week, and I was like, man, last UFC Austin was insane, and this one, lived up to it just as well. Yeah, from start to the Veronica Hardy versus Jamie Lynn fight, it was okay. It was what it was. But after that, they just start getting to it. So if y'all did not watch last week's card, go back and watch it. It ain't gonna take you too long. Shout out to what's his name? Jakar Close. I texted CJ and Damien, and I texted CJ and Jason. I was like, hey, Damien's little brother won. Damien's big brother won. Like,
he hella look like him.
Yeah, because last time I seen Jakar Close live was when Beniel Dariush knocked him out at T-Mobile. So I was thinking, okay.
I'm gonna say shout out to myself because I won the most money of the night on this fight.
Really, this one?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What made you confident to put a bet on this one?
I'm a winner. That's what winners do.
Okay.
Next question.
Yeah, let him rock. Let him rock. Yeah, I mean, from start to finish, it was absolutely amazing. But if we're looking at the main card, right? I think Jason and I went with Dustin, right? And Damien and CJ went with Punalehi. I typically never go against the Hawaiian, but I felt it. I felt it. He was coming off of that pause. He was coming off that L from the Russian Chase Hooper, and I just, even though it was earlier in the year, I wasn't feeling good about it. I think we all went Silva except for CJ. CJ was rocking with the Carpenter.
No, Jace did too.
Jace did too.
Oh, Jace did too. Oh,
yeah, we just did it just because of nostalgia.
I said for my official pick, I said I know that Joaquin's going to get the dub, but my official pick because Damien was in his feelings. I said I'm going Guida.
Yeah, we already know what it was with Clay, but he fought well for an old ass dude.
Hey, shout out to Sean Brady, man. Yo, getting back on the horse.
Mm.
I know he is not beloved on this pod, you know.
Who? By you. You the one. We ain't got
He do be talking bad about him, huh?
Yeah.
You know why he talk bad about him is because Bilal whooped on him.
Bilal, yeah. So
hey, shout out to Bilal. That man tweeted out afterwards, hey, I thought Sean Brady sucked. What happened?
Exactly. When he was undefeated, supposed to run through Bilal, everybody was like, Bilal, you about to get smashed. Then he beat him. Everybody was like, who the hell is Sean Brady? And Jace was one of them people. And then all of a sudden, now he goes and does what he does to Calvin. And it's just like, oh, okay.
I still don't fuck with him, but I give respect where respect is due.
We'll take that. And he got the best tattoos in the UFC, bro.
I don't know about that. You think
them
so?
shits is fire. I don't like color tattoos, but on him, them shits look cool, bro.
Can we get to my guy?
Man, slow down, bro.
Yeah, nobody even want
to. You know what he trying to do.
Can we get to my guy? That's all I'm saying. Let's talk about my dude.
Hey, what you say, CJ? It's still Triple F. Fuck Figgy forever.
Forever.
Still, whatever.
Whole life. Running through the hood with strife.
Hey, can y'all just go ahead and give my man his respect?
He look good. Did he look weird out there to y'all though? He looked hella small, right?
Bro, he had that Henry Cejudo stance, like he was arching his back
small
on the head backwards. Like it was weird.
But but he was fucking Rob Font up though, man. Rob Font looked like he didn't even want to fight.
I wasn't sure if his power would translate to bantamweight or not, but damn, it did. I'll give him that. It did.
And as we all know, as we all know, Rob Font is definitely not an easy night out at the office. You know, Rob Font is legit.
Yeah.
He's too inconsistent though.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty inconsistent.
Yeah,
went out there
you never know who you're gonna get.
I don't think. I was just gonna say I don't think it's about him being inconsistent. I just think like all he fights are killers. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know, you fuck around with fire enough, you're gonna get burned. You feel me?
That's 35 for you.
Hey, my man Figgy coming for that belt. That's all I'm saying.
You think he's gonna be competitive at 135 as he continues to fight everyone up there?
Obviously, I mean, Rob Font is top of the food chain. Like,
because they have him. They have Figgy.
Yeah.
Sorry, they have Figgy at 8 right now. I'd like to see Figgy versus Peter Yan.
Stop
I
it.
don't see how Figgy does against a Corey Sandhagen. Like,
fucks him up.
he's too big. Fast forward.
I don't know him
Guy,
like that.
can you tell me who's right under him? Pause. Like
Rob,
he's at
they
8.
got Rob under him and Dominic Cruz at 10.
Oh, I
Who's
mean,
at
okay,
7?
then above him. I mean, above him, like
Above him,
7.
Sung Yadong, who's fighting this weekend.
Uh-huh.
Chito Vera, who's fighting for the championship. Peter Yan at 5. Corey Sandhagen at 4. Henry Cejudo at 3. Marab at 2. And Aljo at 1.
Man, 35 is crazy.
I told man.
Hey, we need to get him Piotr Jan so that when Jan loses, they'll cut him and he can finally do his illegal knees in Bellator. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
There you
stop
go.
it. Stop it. Whose
No,
man's
he
is
got to go
this?
to 1. He got to go to 1 FC. That's
Oh,
where he
yeah,
can do the grounded
1.
knees to the opponent.
Whose man's is this? Yo, Peter Yan is that
Everybody.
dude. Stop playing.
When's the last time he won? Like, you like to always hit people with that. When's the last time your man's won?
Ooh.
Shit, he got robbed.
Hey, what
numerous
is his
times.
last fight? What he got? 50, 46,
50,
50, 45 or
is
some
crazy.
shit like that.
Judges
Get his ass
biased.
out of here. Get him out of here. Take him to the B leagues.
The judges are biased.
Hey, from him getting taken down 40-something times, 20-something times.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, okay. Now you want to go ahead and go past it. Jalen Turner versus Bobby Green. I'm sure you guys know as the week after we had wrapped the pod up, we see that Arman Tsarukyan and Bobby Green get into an altercation. First, let's start there. How did y'all feel about Arman rolling up with 6-7 different people on Bobby Green by himself?
Man, come on. How are you gonna shit? It's just it feels
you get on the
really,
toilet
really
and you
weird to
twat.
pull up on a fucking dude who's by himself with 7 of your guys, and then when he is standing on business, as you would say, you're just going attack him, sock him in the throat, be like, hey, I just don't know, man. It felt like a kind of a coward thing to do. And maybe I'm biased right now because I'm mad at him, but bro, I don't know what happened though, because normally he's supposed to be this respectful, kind guy. I guess getting booked against Beniel Dariush does something to a motherfucker, bro.
Hey.
Gets them a win.
Fair enough.
Got him, coach.
Hey, your boy not playing fair out here.
Hey.
As far as me, Arman, hey, like Dustin Poirier said, you can eat my old asshole. Arman can eat my old asshole. Coming up on Bobby like that, and the fact that Bobby stood on business like he did and was like, hey, what's up? And then went back downstairs and was like, all right, since y'all want to go at it, let's go at it. And then you had everybody scattering like roaches, motherfuckers over here running around. It was wild. They looked like they were at a parkour park. You know, old boy,
Yeah.
they look crazy out there. And I just didn't appreciate it. And then I didn't like Arman's, afterwards, of course, you guys know, Jalen ends up winning the fight. We'll get to that stoppage. We'll get into that in a second. But then afterwards, you got Arman over there like, oh, I loved it. It should have went on for 5 more minutes and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, motherfuckers already got, don't Ian Garry yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But how did y'all feel about it?
Well, first and foremost, only pick fights that you can win. So
I don't know about no street fight. I don't think he beat him in a street fight.
Well, 7v1, only pick fights that you can win.
Yeah, do that if you want to. Your ass get deported. You'll only be fighting in Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia.
Shout out to Cum Shot. No. Obviously I'd be interested to know the backstory. I feel like there's more to it, right?
Well, I watched the Ariel Helwani interview. Arman literally said because Bobby said that he was a boring fighter and he sucked. That's why he walked up to him like that. Bro. And that he just wanted to talk to Bobby and tell him not to talk about him anymore. I'm like, that's not how you approach no man. You don't walk up to him with all your people standing all up in his face, in his space. First of all, Bobby let you get too close. Shout out to Chael Sonnen. He let you get too close. But that's literally all it was. It was just, and up until he got this knockout, the wrestling, it was boring. It was lackluster. You get this knockout, okay, now you got a little steam behind you. But Bobby didn't say nothing crazy about him. He said he'd go to sleep when he fight.
It's like
See, like this whole shit is fucked up because you know I fuck with Bobby Heavy. I just love hood shit. Um,
We do
so
it for
he
the
got
ratchet.
pressed. Hey, he got pressed, and it's like not much Bobby could say because he went to sleep in the fight. So I don't know. It's like I don't fuck with what Arman said after him getting beat. He talked, wish it went 5 more minutes. That's kind of crazy, bro. It already went mad longer than it needed to go. But Bobby stood 10 toes down. You know, he came back, wanted to smoke. In a street fight, it's wild. Your boys was there. Armand started running. All his people started running. But I wish Armand would have lost, and I wish Bobby would have won, and they could have put it together. Yeah, but that's how the way the ball bounces.
All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and get into the stoppage, right? Galen Turner goes out there, and I'm already like he already looking good. You know what I mean? Like he throwing that high kick, and Bobby's only blocking it with the one hand. I'm thinking to myself, damn, it's gonna be a head kick knockout. You cannot keep blocking with that one hand. You know what I mean? Even your boy Volk had two hands, and he still got KO. So you know you gotta get them things up there. But the stoppage, in my opinion, was one of the worst stoppages I've seen in a very, very long time. And Jason and I got into it afterwards because Jace texts me and goes, well, that's what you guys want. You guys say that if it's too early, it's a problem. So this is what you want. And my argument is this is completely then this is what we want. Nobody wants to watch Bobby Green get. I literally counted. There was 19 extra shots when he was on his fucking stomach, just sitting there like this. But go ahead.
CJ?
See, but you know, Jace though, this nigga always go to the extremes. There's like never no midline with him. He know the difference between we be like, hey man, that was slightly a little early or whatever. But can we rewind a little bit to the prelims with the Eor Pretoria fight? Right? Because that fight was crazy. Dude he could have been out. The fight could have been stopped. The ref let it go a little bit longer. And who was he fighting? The Brazilian dude. He came back and ended up winning the fight. But in Bobby's case, Bobby had no chance of coming back and winning that fight at all. And I know referees are human. We make mistakes as human. I was telling people on my live, I think bro started enjoying watching the fight and he just forgot he had a job to do. And he seen Bobby getting whooped on and he was like, oh shit, I'm a referee, and then went in there and stopped it. But that shit was egregious.
What'd you think, Hendrix? CEO, my bad.
Yeah, I think what it was, the referee was just an Arman Tsarukyan fan, straight up. I think he just wanted him to die that night. There was probably a hit out on him or something from the Armenian government. I don't know. It's conspiracy.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Check the wires. Check them them wire transfers.
The wiretaps.
Yeah, for sure. One thing that to talk about that Ihor Pretoria fight, was it maybe it was but in the Zachary, I can't remember. I think it might have been the Zachary Reese versus Cody Brunage. I don't remember if it was Cody or the Ihor fight. But even at that fight, I believe that it was the same ref and the same shit happened. Your guy was up against the cage just getting pounded out. And the ref was just sitting there watching it.
Yeah, so sit down, relax, and enjoy greatness, right? This is the issue with MMA fans, and MMA fans are consistently inconsistent, where you have me who's always consistent. I'm the constant, right?
No.
No, but on some real shit, that's the fucking problem, right? Because all y'all want people late stoppage, wait, oh, it's too early. I have said here, and I've always said again and again and again, I am okay with a early stoppage opposed to a late havoc, because that's the shit. That is the other side of the coin. That is the swing of the pendulum, because it did happen in the Ihor fight. And I had money on that shit too. And I'm like, ref, stop the goddamn fight. I'm screaming at the ref to stop the fight. Now, granted, I'm the man, so I bet both for the second round KO, but the payoff was higher. But that's why, everyone always loves to bitch and complain about fucking early stoppages. And that is the other side of the coin. Nah, man, go ahead and stop that shit early.
This is completely different. It's a completely different scenario. This is not Yuri versus Alex Pereira. You know what I mean? Like this is completely different. Bobby is on his he's in a
Stomach.
defenseless position. He is not defending himself. He cannot. It's not like he was trying to get on all fours. It's not like he was pulling the Dominic Cruz. I was working my way up. You know what I mean? Or even the Aljo when he's turning on his back or he's turning on his stomach to try to get up. This was a man laying there for 12 to 20 seconds like this, getting pounded until he got slept on the fucking canvas. That man literally could have died in there. He still took 2 shots after he was literally asleep. This is completely fucking different. It's completely negligent, and that ref should be fined.
What you gotta say, CEO?
He did not protect the fighter.
I swear to God, Bobby, like, he was taking shots while he was already asleep. I swear to God, there was a moment where he woke up for a second just to get put to sleep again. Like, that was excessive as hell. Like, the whole late, early stoppage thing, like, Aljo, like you said, was moving around, trying to get out of it. Yuri, he just sunk backwards, didn't even take a punch from Mount. And this one, like, Bobby had his back fully exposed. He was flat out. Nothing he could do. There was no movement, pause. And, like, he was just taking shot after shot after shot. And the ref didn't have much urgency to even stop it when he's there to protect them and to make sure that years of their life isn't taken off. So, I don't know. I just feel like it was a negligent job. Apparently, the ref showed remorse for it, but it's like, you can feel bad, but actions speak louder than words, and you've done this like twice. So,
CEO, let me ask you this. Did you think the Alex and Izzy fight was an early stoppage?
That one's an interesting one because, like, Izzy took a knee, was taking some shots. It's hard to say whether he's been able to fight out of that or not, but, like, I don't know.
It's just a yes or no.
All right. Was it an early stoppage?
Don't let him bait you, though, bro, because that's how he try to get you. Explain yourself if you need to explain, bro. Don't let him do you like that. Explain.
It's a yes or no question.
I don't feel like
no. You can explain yourself. You on a podcast to talk, so
yes
talk.
And no, to be honest with you,
exactly.
Because, like, at least
don't let him bully you, son. Don't let him bully you.
You gotta pull this shit out the fire, man.
What's your answer, though, CEO?
I do think it was a little early, just because it's like Izzy, he was moving around, still standing. So, like, who knows what he would have been able to do if Izzy would have fallen, like, fully been knocked down. It's like, okay, I understand, but, like, he's the champ and he's moving, and it's Izzy, so we don't know what he's gonna do. I mean, hell, he was getting pressed, and I know it wasn't the same type of pressure, but when he was getting pressured in that second MMA fight, Alex was the one sleeping on the canvas, so who knows?
All right, so last question, and I'm done with this topic personally. This is a question to the pod. Do you think fighters can be out on their feet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We seen Edson Barbosa do it. However, the man came back and killed that man. If you're still standing, and I'm not talking about that boxing fight that we seen where the guy's literally standing there not moving, getting slumped 3 extra punches until he falls to the ground.
Man, I remember
That's not
that.
even what happened with Izzy and him. And when you go back and you actually watch the strikes, a lot of those mixed. Only 3 of them actually hit him from when he was doing this. So that's not even up for debate. And it's not the same thing as Jalen Turner.
He hit with a sledgehammer. And even that,
no, he didn't.
Alex Pereira does not hit people with sledgehammers.
No, but he didn't hit him in that sequence with no sledgehammer.
Oh my God.
He did not. Then why was he still standing? Look, Sean Strickland put that nigga down.
You can be knocked out on your feet.
But he was totally there. Even afterwards, he was still
not
there.
Totally there.
Okay. All right.
And you bringing up Edson Barbosa, that was a terrible stoppage or terrible non-stoppage. Yes,
How?
He came back and won.
How?
He came back and won. Because Edson was fucking done. Like, he should have called the fight.
If he was done, then why didn't...
See, but then let's play Jace Logic's. He wasn't done because he came back and won.
Yeah.
Did he win?
Because
did he win?
He won.
Did he win?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Yes.
So you're saying
that's
that pretty
it.
much...
That's it.
They let it go.
Here's what I'm hearing, is that 10-8 rounds should be stopped then. We shouldn't even have 10-8 rounds. The ref should just fucking stop them. right? So when Calvin Cater's getting killed by Max Holloway, eating nasty ass elbows in the third, stand out on his feet. We can agree he's out on his feet.
I was on the phone with you. Why is he not stopping the fight? But every ref now wants to give the UFC fan, or not UFC fans, the MMA fans, the moment, of a Pat Barry and Czech Congo of someone coming back. All right. But here's the fucking thing. Okay. Shout out to my boy Bruce Campbell. Sometimes they don't come back, and then you get stoppages like that. So which way do you want it?
I want them to be professionals and I want them to do their jobs. That's what they're paid
Correctly.
for. I'm not paid for it. Just like the judges get paid to judge a fight, I want them to do their jobs correctly. Especially as a referee, you're there to save the fighter's life. And I want you to do your job correctly. Period. And I want them to start taking points away when motherfuckers get kicked. Stop giving all of these freebies. At this point, you should go in with the intention to poke somebody in the eye. You should go in with the intention to kick them in the nut. You should go in with the intention to grab the fence, because they're just going to keep warning. It's very rare that people are taking a point. Start taking a point from these people and watch how these things dwindle. But, it is what they ain't doing their jobs. Let's move on to your I guess we still got
CEO?
Beniel. We still got Beniel.
You want to take the lead on this one, buddy?
Before we start, do you want to do a moment of silence for your boy, or
No,
what do you
we ain't
want to
gonna do him like that. Listen, I ain't gonna let them do you like that, because you know what? If Max ever loses bad like that, I ain't gonna let them do you like that. Because listen, CEO is a real fan. He gonna ride with Benny regardless, win, lose, or draw. And we gotta respect the real fans out here, because there's a lot of wishy-washy people who be like, hey, that's my dude. Then that dude loses, and then all of a sudden, they don't talk about him or ride for him anymore.
Hey, you already know, blazing shades all day.
And
he coming up soon too.
CEO, I got a quick question for you before we move on. Why the fuck did you become a Dariush fan? Like, this is such a random fucking fighter to get behind.
Like, with Beniel, I just, when it comes to him as a person, it's hard to find controversies with him. Like, you actually have to actively search to find, he said some weird political stuff, but, that's basically, in the MMA world, a saint at that point. He's one of the most respectful, nice people in the UFC. He never trash talks. He never badmouths people. He never is disrespectful. Hell, he would have never done that to Bobby Green. I'm telling you that much. And and I respect him for that. But also on the flip side, you have this guy who's really nice, really respectful, kind all the time. And then you put him in the cage. This man's an absolute beast. He's a fucking warrior. People, when they see how he acts and they see how he is, they would assume he has a very tentative style, very technical style. Nah, man, he loves to swing. He loves to swing for the fences, like in the Scott Holtzman fight, the Drakkar Klose fight. That man will get punched once and be like, you know what? Fuck a game plan. We're swinging hands today. And when he connects, there's a heavy chance that you're going out, because he hits like a truck. He's well-rounded.
Gets punched once and gets knocked out.
Oh, come on.
Defend yourself. Defend yourself.
Hey, you know what? Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje said, hit him the hardest, and that man took 2 head kicks and several punches. He landed the same punch he had on Gaethje and the same punch he landed on Chandler, and that man went in for a panic single leg. So, hey, his chin wasn't that bad that night. With Hernandez, he moved perfectly into the hook right as it was going. That's like fucking a deer jumping straight into a car. That's going to KO anyone. I don't care. Edson Barboza, I mean, come on. You're going to take a knee from Edson Barboza? I want to see anyone take a flying knee from Edson Barboza and survive.
That's what I'm talking about. Defend your man. Live in Delulu and defend your man.
Hell yeah.
That's where it's at. Hey, listen, you're much happier in Delulu land than you are inside reality. Reality is harsh.
Reality fucking sucks.
I'm all here for it. Who do you guys want to see Arman fight next?
Oh, Arman? I was going to ask him. Arman, he's at 4 right now. Is that mine?
I was gonna ask him the same question: is who the CEO want to see Dariush fight next, realistically?
Now, a lot of people have been surprised by this, but I've actually been quite vocal on thinking, like, especially after the Oliveira fight, I was saying, okay, next time Beniel gets knocked out like this, it's probably wraps. We're probably gonna have to pack it up. And after seeing that, my first thought was, yeah, we're done. It's over. But realistically, if he were to want to stay back in the octagon again, he's probably gonna want to fight a killer. And right now, I think they put him at 7th in the rankings.
Yeah, he's at
And
7.
around him, like possible matches, you could do RDA, Moicano. You could do Dan Hooker, Jalen. Those would be big fight night main events.
You don't want to fight Jalen, my boy. You don't want to fight
You know what?
Jalen.
Let's keep him away from Jalen at the moment. I don't need that late stoppage again, bro. That's RDA. That's all respect to RDA. That's an easy ass retirement fight. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know about easy. I ain't never seen RDA be an easy fight for anybody.
He'll be an easy fight for Beniel Dariush, I'll tell you that.
Hey, you go ahead and drink that Jamba Juice. What about against your boy BSD?
No.
That's what I was gonna say, bro. Don't let him fight BSD, bro. Don't let it happen. Don't let it.
Don't do that.
BSD. Y'all know me. I've been choo. I ain't gonna say it, but choo riding with BSD for a minute.
Same here, man. Like that would be a conflict of interest for me because that's like my 1 and 2 right there fighting, and I know one of them is in a very weird position at the moment. So it's like, I don't want that. We don't want that smoke at the moment. That's a rough one.
Fair play.
Yeah, 155 is stacked. There's a lot of options there. We'll see what did you guys think about Arman Tsarukyan? Like, what do you think? Do you guys want to see him fight Islam over Oliveira or Gaethje? Or do you think he needs another fight?
It's crazy because they have him at 4 right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's at 4. We got Islam, Charles, Dustin.
No,
Dustin. Dustin ain't gonna fight him.
Bro.
Yeah, Dustin's not gonna fight him. So he's gonna have to probably wait it out to see what happens with Islam and whoever they book with Islam.
But then you got Justin there.
Yeah, I want to see Justin fight Islam just to get that shit out the way and see what happens.
So I don't know about y'all, but I know y'all seen where Uncle Dana was talking about a super fight. My sources tell me that the super fight is going to be Justin against Max. That's what my sources are telling me.
I wouldn't call that a super fight, but if that happens,
you wouldn't call that a super fight. Those are two of the biggest stars in the UFC.
I guess when I think super fight, I think like I don't know. It just got to have a little bit more steam, but you know, I don't want to see that fight.
Max against Justin is a super fight.
I know for everyone else it is.
It's not a scary ass fight, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
That's a scary fight.
I will not watch that fight live.
If anyone can crack that chin, it's Justin Gaethje, and I'm not trying to see that.
I'm not trying to see that. I don't even know if I could do the pod after that. Like, I had to take a week off, bereavement.
Damn.
Bereavement. But you know what? Shout out to, I don't know who it was, but a couple weeks back when we were talking about Dustin versus Max, they broke down like a game plan for Max, and hey, I'm on that Delulu train with them. Like, they broke it down. I was like, hey, where there's a will, there's a way. And let me tell you, if Max Holloway gets it done,
I was about to say I'm on the train there too. Fuck it. Let's go. Hey, Max could beat him. Fuck it.
Hey, crazier things have happened.
Bless Express, baby. We going all the way, lapping these boys.
What if it was I mean, I know they want to do Chandler versus McGregor, but I think that it would be freaking amazing if they did give us the trilogy for 300. That would just be awesome. Your boy Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz for the trilogy. Like, when else are we gonna see it?
Never. Probably the biggest fight that MMA can make as a whole, that is because Conor is the biggest draw. So that's even a bigger fight than John Jones and Ngannou.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest fight that we'll never see, unfortunately, because like I don't know what Nate's doing. Nate kind of just does what Nate does. If he wants to come back to the UFC, he probably can. But I don't know what's going on with the Jake Paul stuff. Heard rumors of the MMA match. Heard rumors that it's not happening. It's just that's a whole confusing mess within itself. And
So
I mean,
so real fast, let me ask y'all this: would y'all be more excited to see Conor and Nate or Jake and Nate?
Conor and Nate. Why would I want to see
Conor-
Jake Paul's 185-pound he walks around like 205 ass fight Conor off the roids? Like, no.
CJ?
I'd rather see Nate and Connor again.
CEO?
And I know Jake Paul
sorry.
and Nate will be interesting to see, but I'd rather see real MMA fighters fight.
Yeah.
for real. I mean, if I want to see Jake get his ass kicked in MMA, then sure, that'd be a fun laugh every now and again. But I think I'd rather get a fight with actual like substance, a story behind it, like something that actually has meaning within the sport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think also, like, I know everybody's like, Jake's gonna get demolished in MMA, but like, there's weight classes for a reason, and we've seen it before. And I don't know if Nate is 38 years old. I don't know. I don't know if he gets Jake out of there like that. Like, I think Jake can still have a possibility of winning that fight. He's much larger than this man.
So, well, I don't know them as closely as you do. Shout out to yourself. But y'all are smoking the peace pipe. I would rather see Nate and Jake Paul in MMA. Take my fucking money. I've seen Conor and Nate do it numerous times. Don't get me wrong, I still be fired up for it. But to see Jake Paul in an
Man,
actual
you not about
MMA
to
match,
watch the PFL.
I would pay good money for that.
How
I
much you
would do
paying
it.
for that one?
I'm paying $60.
Ooh, for the PFL?
Real money?
Don't
No,
even
no,
lie
Like,
now.
real
Come
no
money,
on,
streaming.
come
real money.
on.
No, not for the PFL. I'm paying to see Nate and Jake fight.
You
100%.
watching the whole card or just that fight?
Shit. I mean, most likely just the main event, right? I keep it a buck. But for me, like that's so intriguing to see how would Jake do in a real. Because I actually believe, unlike CEO, because I got common sense, that Jake would
Dang.
beat the shit out of Nate Diaz. He would wipe him down. Nothing Nate could do about it. He's way too big. Because Nate is gonna go up and sign it to fight at 185. Jake's gonna come in that shit weighing 217 pounds. And I don't think that Nate could hurt him. Nate would try to stand and bang and get his jaw rocked.
I think Jake wins that fight too. That's why I don't want to see it. It's a bad look. It's a bad look for MMA. I don't want Jake to get an MMA stamp off of Nate Diaz. I cannot
Mhm.
exist in a world where that's the thing. We cannot. Like, can you imagine Jake Paul walking around talking about he got Nate up out of there in a real fight? No,
Mhm.
no, we
Yes.
gotta jump him. We gotta jump him at that point. Like,
But
Bro, and then
we
also,
pulling up on them like Arman and them.
for real.
wait a second. Also, we talk about how much that it's always the MMA guys going to boxing, right? This is finally the quote unquote boxer coming to MMA.
Yeah,
This is what
yeah.
MMA
But
fans have been
here's my
wanting.
problem. Fight Sean Strickland, my guy. Fight somebody in your weight class. Stop bullying all these little dudes. All the dudes he done fought are smaller than him, especially Nate. Fight somebody in your weight class. Fight somebody at 185. He ain't gonna do
Hey,
that. He
no
ain't
one
gonna do
told
that.
them to sign.
hey, Jake gonna hear that and he's gonna be like, "You guys want an 85er? Give me Nick Diaz. Let's do it right now."
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Yeah, of course you want to fight 40-year-old Nick.
And
Yeah,
Nick ain't really an 85er either. But again, take my
Facts.
money. Take
I
my
don't want to see.
money.
I don't want to see nothing like that.
I want to see it.
Let them men just be their legendary self. Speaking of being legendary, let's give it up for your boy
Mike
Mike Perry. He is a
Platinum.
monster. Mike Perry
Platinum.
is a monster in BKFC. All of y'all MMA fighters, leave that man alone. Leave him alone. If y'all have not, I'm sure everybody at this point has seen it. He went inside there with Eddie Alvarez. Hey, Eddie Alvarez was standing on business in the first round. Eddie was putting them paws on him. He was faster than him. He was landing more. And I was like, oh shit, he might get Mike Perry out of there. And then second round, I'm telling you right now, second round, combat round of the year. since combat round of the year, that was pure violence. Eddie didn't make it off the stool after that round.
Yeah,
How'd y'all
man,
feel
it
about the
sucks
fight?
though because I felt like Eddie was winning. I felt like he was winning, and Mike was just walking him down. He built for this kind of shit. Like the announcer said, you got to hit him in the face with a brick to get him out of there. And I really like BKFC. It's like it's not the highest quality of stuff that goes on, but the fights move fast. It's pure violence. I enjoy it.
Bro, and shout out to Jay, by the way. If if the people watching this don't know Zombie Man Jay,
He's been on here a couple times.
He gave me this quote because he trains with Mike Perry, and Mike Perry said when he fought Jeff Neal, "Hey, you gotta, if you fight, you gotta love this." When I got head kicked by Jeff, I kind of liked it, man. I'm like, okay, I'm not fighting that guy, bro. To be consistently good at bare knuckle boxing, what is wrong with this man?
He's a monster.
Shout out to your boy. What's the movie? Boiler Room with Vin Diesel. You got to be in at least 1,000 street fights to be considered a legitimate tough guy.
Man, I'm telling you, Mike Perry deserves. He found his place. Here's a great example of somebody leaving the UFC and finding a niche that truly works for them. And that's why I'm saying Francis Ngannou, continue fucking boxing. Go out there and get that $20,000, $20-30 million bag. You know what I mean? Fuck MMA. Like, whatever. Go out there and get that stupid bag while you can against these fighters. Like, be like Mike Perry. Like, what is MMA gonna do? Ain't nobody at PFL or Bellator we want to see Francis Ngannou go up against. Your boy Mike Perry was calling out Pettis. Please don't do that. Pettis is a pretty boy. He was on a Wheaties box. Like, he's not that dog. He's not that dog. Leave him alone. It'll be just like him versus Rockhold. Like, that fight is not going to be entertaining at all. Jace had brought up the one and only.
The one and only.
Go ahead.
Listen, the only person who I think, and I think it legitimate, it could be a possibility. And I just imagine, because these are both just savages, just men who were born in the wrong era. They both should have been born in the Roman times where they'd be revered as gladiators. Ruthless Robbie Lawler. Could you imagine?
Like right now, have him go fight.
Oh yeah.
Right now.
Come on, man. Leave Robbie alone,
Wait,
bro.
you're gonna call him off the couch and be like, "Hey, Robbie,
leave Robbie alone, man.
Robbie, we know you're enjoying retirement right now. We know you're chilling, but do you want to do bare knuckle boxing right now?"
Yes, he does.
No.
Yes, he does.
He chilling. Leave him out of there.
Yes, he does.
No, he don't.
He's a savage.
He's a retired savage. Leave him alone, bro. Let him get his pension
moment
and chill.
where he rode into the sunset. Let him have that. Don't touch it.
Don't. Hey.
And he left the game
older,
perfectly.
You won't say that again.
I feel like I feel like the only person that's like crazy enough to be in there with bare knuckle is Sean Strickland. Like, he's the only other person I can see going up against Mike Perry. That's crazy. You got to be crazy. Like, a normal fighter cannot get inside there and just try to like fight. I'm actually shocked Michael Venom Page got in there.
For real though. You're right.
And did well.
Yeah, man.
Especially with his style, the way he fights and his style is, that's different.
I actually just rewatched that fight yesterday. Because, okay, to be fair, right? Here's full disclosure. I don't enjoy bare knuckle fighting. It's too violent. You know what I mean? I've only watched 2 fights ever. MVP, Mike Perry, Eddie Alvarez, Mike Perry. That's it. Other than that, I don't watch the shit at all. I find it to be somewhat barbaric. Like, it doesn't vibe with me.
I can understand that. It is hard to watch, but a lot of it is flesh wounds. But it does happen quickly, and it is pretty brutal.
Tell that to Eddie Alvarez. What the fuck?
Hey, yeah, you know what? The other fight you should go back and watch is Eddie Alvarez versus Chad Mendez.
That's a great one.
Ooh,
Chad Mendez on the steroids is looking beefy.
That was a great fight. Yeah,
hey,
they
watching
put
it
on
live,
some
I
good,
kind of
solid
thought
fights,
Chad
man.
won.
Even the girls be scrapping. I enjoy it.
What were you saying, CEO?
I said watching that fight live with Chad and Eddie, I probably have to rewatch it. I thought Chad might have edged him out a little bit, but
Pause. Yeah,
fast forward.
Yeah, whoa. I'm sure Eddie appreciates it.
2023, man. Pause. Slow mo.
Yeah.
Jeremy Stevens got a win on that card too.
Jeremy Stevens did get a win on that card. Shout out to him. He's been, boxing, and now he's doing bare knuckles. So, people are doing their things outside of the UFC. But that was BKFC. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do. I like them because they're staying in their lane, right?
Yep.
They got their product. They're focused on them. But one thing I do want to point out is that even when you were talking about these opponents, like Mike Perry wanted to fight Darren Till, and Darren's like, nah, man, I'm good. Like I'm good off of that. And at the end of the day, all these combat sports continue to call out current or ex-UFC fighters. It's the cream of the crop. And that is what we talked about a couple weeks ago. What puts the UFC up here is that they continuously, I'm talking specifically to PFL, right? Y'all continuously keep talking about ex-UFC fighters. Y'all ain't got nobody within your own branch to be like, hey, that's the guy. Like, he's the one. Y'all all have to point back to somebody in the UFC's organization, hoping that the UFC co-promotes with you, hoping the UFC lets somebody go so that you can get these fighters. Like, built within, and even though Mike Perry is coming, from the UFC, like he is making his, he's making it pop at BKFC, even though he's fighting ex-UFC fighters.
Pop
So
that
I
pussy
mean,
like a real nerd.
when we try to get into like who's the best, whoa, pause. When we try to get into like who's the best, it's quite simple. The UFC, they're the golden standard. Everybody wants their fighters.
Mm-hmm. The only person I can think about in the PFL that's coming up and he can be a star and could be a star is Pinedo, he's good, but who knows? But is Ali's grandson. He's been knocking people out, but we shall see what happens with him later down the line.
Yeah, he's still in the amateurs, right?
And he's
all those fights are still amateur, but yeah, he is looking good. And then of course PFL is still Bellator now, so like I don't know, I still want to see AJ McKee get mixed in the UFC, like you know what I mean? Like I don't know, I just like that kid. But let's talk about this weekend's card.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh yeah, there's a card. We still talking about that. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Pause. Song Yadong, your boy, Song Yadong taking on Chris Gutierrez. Shout out to Chris Gutierrez. He's and shout out to John Anik. Like, every time I see Chris Gutierrez, I think about John Anik, and he's like, both of these men are fighting custody battles.
Oh yeah.
The funniest shit in life. What, nigga? Why? What?
Why are you talking about that right now?
Oh man. The card's looking okay. Tim Elliott is coming in as a late replacement. He was replacing, I can't remember the guy that was up here before, but he's coming in. Tim Elliott just had that long fight in Abu Dhabi against Muhammad Makhachev.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I mean, his wife don't, but it is what it is.
Damn. That's cold blooded.
Are we talking
y'all been riding Ian Garry.
Are we talking about Ian Garry?
No, we're talking about Tim Elliott, who came online and put his business out there. Was like his wife was cheating with his coach, and the coach was his best man, and it was wild. We never had to know that.
Hey, people do shit when they in pain,
I ain't getting on the internet telling my business though. How y'all feel about
people do every day.
They do. How y'all feel about the main card?
Terrible. Listen, anytime Anthony Smith is fighting, I want to take a nap. He's like, how is he still in the UFC?
Why are you trying to do? Because he's winning. Why are you trying to do Anthony Smith like that?
Anthony Smith is like watching paint dry.
All right.
Who is it? Are y'all fired up to watch Anthony Smith fight?
Fuck no, I can't stand watching him fight. He's so mid.
Why y'all feel that way about Anthony?
CEO?
Man, Anthony Smith, the only reason he has fans is because he took a knee from John and was like, yeah, I'll fight. Like, If your whole reputation is because you got a chin, okay, good. You don't have any other skill to back it up.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I can't believe I'm the only person that likes Anthony Smith. He's a good guy. He ain't never did
He's
nothing
like the generic character when you first get the game, and you can be like, "Oh man, here you go. This is the guy that give you." And I don't want to be Anthony Smith when I be a character. I don't never get the fuck out of here.
Glass
you know
Joe.
what? I can understand that. That fantastic analogy. Well, he's going up against Mr. Violence himself, Khalil Roundtree. This man is violent.
Yeah, let's
So
go.
I guess y'all going with Khalil then, huh?
What's the top 3 on the card?
I'm
So we can
going
make
with
those
Elizabeth
picks.
Raw.
Nasserat versus Jamie Inbred Malarkey. Y'all can't tell me he don't look like his cousins got together.
That's crazy.
That man looks crazy.
Oh nah.
All right, y'all want to mess with me. All right. Song Yadong versus Chris Gutierrez, Anthony Smith versus Khalil Roundtree, and Nasrat versus Jamie Malarkey is top 3.
I fuck with Nasrat.
Why? That's
All
because
right.
he's the smaller Kelvin Gastelum.
All right, predictions. For the Nazareth fight, I got Nazareth.
Yeah.
Let me see, because who did he get? That was his
Bobby
debut.
Green pieced him up.
Yeah, he did.
And then Malarkey just won his last fight, but it was kind of like
against DeCasey's, right? And it was a close fight.
Was that fight? Yeah,
I think it
right?
was DeCasey's. It was a close fight, and he was in Australia, so I feel like they gave him the little. Oh no, it was up against McDissy. That was still a close fight. I'm gonna go with Malarkey.
I think I'm gonna go Malarkey too.
Losers. Who you got?
Who you got, CEO?
You know what? I'll go Nazareth. Why not?
You want to be a winner. I understand.
Anthony Smith versus Khalil. I'm going Khalil.
Khalil.
I think Khalil's gonna attack his family personally.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh man.
Who you got?
Anthony Smith by points.
After all that, you're picking Anthony? That's crazy.
Sometimes the boring fighters win, dude. He's terrible. I don't want him to win. All right.
No.
But after last week, I took a couple L's last week I didn't have to take just because, the as CJ said, the nostalgia of it. I ain't doing that this week. He's gonna survive the onslaught of Khalil. Khalil's gonna tire out like he always fucking does.
He really do be getting gassed out too.
Yeah. All you got to do is survive the first 3 minutes of Roundtree, and then Anthony Smith's just gonna
I
lay
bet
on
you
top
do
of him.
know that, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, Anthony Smith by points.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that.
Use
Holding
promo
him.
code scrap and roll.
Song Yadong.
Who you going with, Khalil? I mean, who you going with, CJ?
Khalil. Fuck
Okay.
Anthony Smith.
Yeah. So Jay Sterling will go with Anthony, and then I'm going Song Yadong.
Yeah, Song. I'm going Song too.
I'm going Song too.
Song Yadong TKO.
Hey, let's
go.
go.
I'm not afraid. I just tell you how it's gonna happen too. You feel me? Go ahead and get that parlay. You heard?
There's 2 songs on here.
Sing me a song.
Songception.
But there's only one Yadong on there. Pause.
Let's go.
Sound like a super fan.
Let's go. We do got City Kickboxing, Kevin Juice on here.
Fuck City Kickboxing.
Wow, how the times have turned. You used to be a City Kickboxing dude.
Never. Show me the receipts.
Well, I don't have them because there was conversations that you and I had. Because I was always up with City Kickboxing.
No, I fuck with Volk.
He's not City Kickboxing. He's in Australia, whatever the name of that gym is. He just happens to cross train over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
other than that, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna have it turned on because that's what we do as fight fans. Am I fired up about any card on the fight? Zero. Zouch. None of your business.
Facts.
Nothing.
Big facts.
Nothing. But it's okay because we're gonna get through this week, even if it's a goose egg. And then next week, 2 weeks from
It's
now,
a big one.
oh,
Wow, is that Kobe on top of you?
no,
Whoa.
that was me saying, call your wife, tell her we made it. We're fighting McGregor. It's red panty night. It's red panty night. Oh my god, I cannot wait.
The
Just for
card
the
is
press
ridiculous.
conference. Just for the press conference. I cannot. If they don't have everyone out for the press conference, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Bro.
Can we?
Everybody should be out there for the press conference because that card is stacked.
Yeah.
Let's just take a look. Hopefully everybody stays healthy. Obviously, we have Leon versus Kobe, Pantoja versus Brandon Royval, Shavkat
God.
versus Steven Wonderboy. Stop it.
Oh man.
Tony Ferguson versus Patty Pimblett, Vicente Luque versus Ian Gary. But wait,
Fire.
there's more. Josh Emmett versus Giga. Okay,
Giga's out.
No, Giga's out.
What?
I think
talking about
Aljo's
putting
supposed to be
Aljo
stepping
on
in,
there.
Screen.
allegedly.
Yeah,
Wait
he
a
tore his
minute.
groin.
Yeah.
Are y'all playing or what?
Nah, for
Nah,
real.
Giga's out.
Stay up on the MMA game.
You know
I didn't-
Jace knows about Giga's groin.
Oh.
Damn it. Damn. Anybody stepping in?
They talk about Aljo, but who knows?
Aljo ain't taking that fight.
Hey, put my boy in.
Ooh.
Let him get paid one more time. D bless Max Holloway. Put my boy in. He ain't fought Josh Emmett. Y'all like to talk about Josh Emmett's got the hardest hits in at 145.
Hey, your boy Max ain't about to fight on the undercard. You wild.
The feature prelim bless Holloway.
They have to bump it up. Throw my boy in there. And if he did, then it is what it is. Let him get paid again. Anyways, we got Arena Aldana versus Carol Rosa. I'm not familiar with Rosa. Cody Garbrandt versus your boy Brian Kelleher.
I forgot he was fighting.
Man, that's depressing.
Yeah, hey, he buried on these prelims.
He's buried on the pre's.
Yeah, but if you look at the prelims down, like this is a fight night. This is an Apex fight night card.
Mm-hmm.
Like technically, you know what I mean? And it's still good. Casey O'Neill trying to come back and get a win. Alonzo
Who's she fighting?
Minifield, Ariana Lipsky.
Oh, okay.
But why they got Alonzo Minifield versus Dustin Jacoby on the early prelims? That's crazy.
And that's gonna be fire. Minifield gonna gas out, but he gonna throw everything he got.
Bet the under. Bet
Man.
the under.
Tagir versus Cody Durden. I'm not familiar with Tagir, but I do know Cody, and he's a wrestler. Hey, shout out to Cody because I don't like him, but his last fight, I gotta pull up who he fought because that's the dude where he should have fucking tapped. Like it looked like the dude was gonna rip his arm off. Yes, Hadley
in that fight?
against Hadley. Yes.
Yeah, that fight was cool.
That was crazy, amazing grappling. I'm like on the phone with Jace, like he's going to break his arm. This is it. Somehow he held out and got through that. That was an amazing fight. They got
wait. We got to get off of this because what the fuck are we going to talk about next week?
Oh, don't worry. We'll have plenty. There'll be a whole bunch of shit. Let's just start by saying they're opening the card up with Randy Rude Boy Brown. Like, what is going
top
on?
Shata.
He's about to.
Yeah, hey.
Who he fighting?
Dog.
He fought a Muslim, a Russian.
Yep. He about to get hanged
off. Oh, rag dog.
Oh man.
Why? I mean, who's this people? Why are they allowing him to take this fight? Like,
hey, somebody's got to
get paid.
Christmas around the corner.
Somebody got to get paid.
I take care of my chittin'.
Yeah. So
what's the date on that? That's the 16th, right?
Yeah, that's the 16th.
Thankfully.
That's the last fight of the year until January 13th. We come back and see Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker.
Who cares?
It'll be interesting. Real quick, before we get up out of here, how are you all feeling about the whole Ian Gary situation? His wife and just all like him threatening to sue Neil Magny, the whole ordeal.
I'll keep it quick. MMA needs more storylines, and this is a great fucking storyline. This is great. This is the Michael Jackson eating popcorn meme. Like, this is fantastic. I love it.
For me, it's kind of like a balance of I care because it's going to be funny as hell for the press conferences and it's going to be entertaining. But on the other hand, it's like, I don't know this man's life. I don't know what he's doing behind closed door. So I don't really care what he's doing with his own business. But who knows? I think suing is a bit crazy, though.
I think suing is a bit crazy too. After he went on that whole rampage against Neil Magny and accused him of all that stuff, and then you got Neil Magny coming out talking about some of that footage and words are being used in the courthouse again in a custody battle for him and his son. So that's just absolutely disgusting to me. But as far as like his wife and all that stuff, like I honestly could care less. I think like the whole MMA fan base, like y'all a whole bunch of like boys that are like, oh my god, and like y'all get caught up in this shit, and y'all been listening to too much Andrew Tate, and so y'all are like, this is like soap operas for y'all. Honestly, y'all think that this is like WWE storylines, like Jay said. For me, I could care less. I just want Vicente to beat the shit out. I just want Ian Gary to lose. I can't stand him.
Has the tides changed?
It has.
I mean, you can give people a shot. I'm not gonna lie, I gave him a shot. What, early in the year, I was like, oh, he cool. And then, he started with his bullshit and he was being fake, and I was just like, I can't rock with bro like that. So I hope he lose too. And then all that stuff with his wife, I don't care, bro. Ain't got shit to do with me or mine. So
hey, man,
fuck who you want to do and do whatever, bro. Who cares?
Shout out to all the cucks in the world.
Hey,
Even
man, what you telling us something?
I'm telling you about Ian Gary.
Yeah, but even at that, it's like, even if you want to be a cuck, like that's not my business. I couldn't care less.
I said,
what does that have
to
to
the
do with
cucks
him
in the
fighting?
world? It doesn't matter. But we like storylines. We want, like, listen, we're
not that storyline.
Oh, I do, especially after the whole thing with Neil Magny. Like, yes, 100%. And I cannot wait for the press conference. I wonder who's going to talk about him first. I can't wait.
Probably a cuck named Kobe Covington.
And with that note,
right. And with that note, we will most definitely be back next week. Make sure that y'all check out CEO on TikTok. Give him a follow. And make sure that y'all, like, comment, subscribe, and come back next week, because next week is going to be crazy. I guarantee you, especially because Jason's going to be riding Kobe Covington until his balls falls off. And
whoa,
we gonna let him.
Hey, King Kobe, baby, King Kobe. I can't wait.
Hell no.
Can't wait for him to shut everyone up. And new. The only shitty part about it is then like fucking Trump's gonna come in the ring, so that's kind of shitty. But it's great. I love Kobe. It's fantastic. What a phenomenal fighter.
All right, y'all. We out of here. Peace.
Come on, man. You listen. I know y'all don't like Kobe as a person, but as a fighter, the boy fights.
What does
he doesn't fight.
He fights me to sleep. He's some good melatonin, I guess.
He actually does not. He has not fought in almost 2 years. And at that, when he fights,
he's the same fighter as Bilal.
He's just standing up.
Run the stats. Is he not?
It's the same thing.
Can you bring up the fight stats with Kobe and Robbie Lawler, please?
Oh, here we go. Is that the only fight you can point out? Besides that fight,
it's a great fight. Even his fights with Usman were great fights. He lost. Yes, got it.
He's the best loser at 170, bro.
Got it. Okay. Hey, people lose. It's okay. It's a part of the game, right? But he gave Kamaru everything he wanted. Going into that 5th round, I had
his face.
He broke.
I had 2-2 going into the 5th round.
And then what happened?
And then he got finished.
He lost. It's fine. It's okay. People lose.
You know who doesn't lose? Khabib Nurmagomedov, brother. Pound for pound, brother.
No, he didn't fight enough people. Didn't fight enough people. He ain't in my pound for pound goat.
What are you talking? But you okay? All right.
What?
I gotta just let you live in this Kobe Covington world, because it's crazy. It's crazy. That man literally, you talking about he fights. You act like he get inside there and he really putting on a fucking show. That man ain't putting on a show.
Yes, he does.
He's the same fighter as Bilal.
No, he is not.
How ain't he? How ain't he?
He's exciting.
He's holding you up against the cage.
Who has a finish more recently?
Well, Kobe hasn't
Who has a finish more recently?
Kobe hasn't fought. It's a
exactly. Who has a finish more recently, though?
He hasn't fought.
I'm asking you a question like you asking CEO. Who hasn't finished more recently?
Bilal.
See how this nigga like to do?
I said Bilal.
Exactly. Yeah,
Your
with a
boy Kobe-
TKO.
Your boy
When was
Kobe
when was
Covington,
Kobe's last finish? When was
Who's fighting-
Kobe's last finish?
fighting for the last
2016.
When was Kobe's last
for the
finish?
title? Okay, wait.
Wh-
You asked
when
a
was
question.
Kobe's last
You
finish?
asked a question. I'm gonna ask.
Hold
a
on,
question.
we're talking about
You
his
fight-
fighting
no.
style.
You asked
We're
the
talking about his
question.
fighting. You
I
said I said
answered.
he's the same
Now I'm
fighter as
asking you.
Bilal. No, I said he's the
Yes.
same fighter as Bilal.
No.
We're talking
You
about
asked a
that right
question.
now.
Now I'm asking a question.
We're talking about that.
Who's fighting for the title next?
Does he deserve that?
Sure, he
Not
does.
at all.
He's the
Not
number
at
one
all.
No, he
contender.
doesn't. What's
No,
his
he's
record
not.
in his last 4 fights?
He's the number one contender.
What's his record in the last 4
he's
fights?
2-2.
Allegedly.
Contender.
He's 2-2 in his last 4 fights.
Yes.
Who's fighting for the title? I forget.
He's
Doesn't
2-2 in his
matter.
last 4 fights.
He doesn't
Who's fighting
deserve
for
it.
the title?
He does not deserve it.
Who's
And
fighting
you
for the
know
title?
it.
I'm sorry. I answered a question clear and correct. Can y'all do the
We
same?
already know that he's fighting
Okay,
for a title,
Kobe's
but
fighting
what
for
does that
the
mean?
title. So what does that
John
mean?
Jones is still the champion, and he's not going to fight for almost a year. What does
Great.
that mean?
That's
He's
good
the
for John
same fighter
Jones.
as Bilal.
He
Same
is.
exact
No, he's
fighter.
not.
The
No, he's
decision
Exact
maker.
same style.
Bilal
It's same exact style.
Bilal wished that he was exciting as Kobe, in and out.
Come
of
on
the
now.
ring.
Dimitri,
Come
you've
on now.
never watched a Kobe Covington fight and been like, "This is exciting." Stop it.
Yes, I
He's
have.
getting caught up in these press
All of his
conferences, bro. What
fights
the hell?
with Usman were fucking exciting fights, right or wrong.
Because of Kamaru.
We're not
Kamaru.
talking. No. It takes 2 to dance.
That's not how Kobe fights. All of his fights don't look like that.
He
That's because he
stood up
couldn't go
and
inside there.
banged
That's
with
because
him.
he could not take him down.
Let's talk about his
That's
last fights
why.
then, okay?
That's why.
Usman's fights,
Okay.
exciting, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yes.
Bilal versus
Wait,
Burns wasn't exciting?
Wait. Let me finish. Again, because y'all talking about him being excited. And no, to answer your question clearly, no, it was not. And
Yes,
so
it was. He went and
no, it
put a
was not.
beating on him.
So him against Robbie Lawler, exciting or not?
What year was that?
What are you talking about?
I'm asking specifically,
Who
was it
are you
exciting?
talking about? Him versus who's
Robbie.
him?
Robbie, Kobe.
Kobe.
In 2019? Was
2019?
it exciting? No.
No,
Go back and
4
watch
years
the
ago?
fight. Go
What?
back and watch the
2019 is
fight.
crazy.
Go back and watch the fight. No, it wasn't. What made it
Pre-pandemic
cool
is wild.
was the fact that he held Robbie Lawler up against the cage and kept punching and punching. That's it. He
That's
was not.
exciting. What do you mean that's
No,
it?
it was not
The
exciting.
most-
No, it's not exciting.
The
That
most,
shit
not
ain't
the
exciting.
most strikes landed in welterweight history. How is that not exciting?
It wasn't exciting. There's
How
no
is it not
excitement
exciting?
about somebody
Wait. How is
clinching
that
and
not
holding
exciting?
you up against a cage.
How
That's
is that
not exciting.
The
That's
most
not
strikes
exciting.
ever landed.
I'm literally telling you that it's not exciting because you're holding somebody up against a cage and punching them. That's not the same as standing and banging. Because that fight compared to him versus Kamaru, night and day. There's a whole different excitement about it. And Kobe got dropped in every single fight against
He's a
Kamaru.
decision merchant.
If
He's a decision merchant.
I can hold you against the fucking cage and hockey punch you to death, that's amazing.
No, he ain't
So,
So
hockey
like the same
punching.
thing that
He
Bilal
was
does?
rabbit
The same
punching.
thing that
He didn't
Bilal does,
hurt
right?
him.
No,
Exactly.
that's not what Bilal does.
Exactly.
Yes, he
Exactly.
does. Did he
Bilal
not do that
has
to
8
Wonder Boy?
punches his entire fucking fight. Guy's
You're a
boring
lie.
as shit.
You're a
That's why no
lie.
one likes him. He'll never fight for
Stop.
the
So
title.
did he do that against Burns when he beat his
Right.
ass?
Right. Yeah. What happened there? When he was just kicking his fucking head
What
off.
about when he beat up
He
Sean
was
Brady?
hurt.
Bilal
He
was
was
injured
hurt.
too.
He hurt
was coming
him.
off Ramadan. He was injured
Bilal
too.
came in with an injured ankle and was
Bullshit.
throwing that ankle. It's
He's-
not bullshit.
he's
There's pictures of it.
He's lucky Burns got hurt.
There ain't no
Yeah.
luck in MMA.
I literally don't. Are you actually being serious? Or are you just trolling?
Serious as a fucking heart attack.
Bilal and Kobe are the same fucking
No,
fighters.
they're
Decision
They're
not.
the
merchants.
exact same fighters.
Exactly
No,
the same
they're
fighters.
not. No, they're
No,
not.
the only difference is that Bilal Muhammad won't sell a personality to get y'all to actually watch
The
him.
only
He'd rather just be a
difference
stand-up
is-
fucking dude, an actual
the
human
only
being,
difference
rather than
is
walking around acting
Kobe
like a
is
walking
about to
meme.
have the strap around his waist. That will be the difference. And
Who
I
cares?
can't
And when Bilal
wait.
comes and takes it off of him,
Taking it.
you gonna
He's never
definitely
gonna fight
shave
for
your
the
head
title.
after that. You're
He's never
definitely
gonna fight for the
yes, he is.
title.
You're
No, he's
definitely
not.
gonna shave your
No one
head.
wants
You're
to see him fight
definitely
for the
gonna shave
title.
your head when Bilal beats Kobe.
Nobody wants to see him fight for the title ever.
Yeah. Okay.
So, CEO, this is the shit that you don't get to see half the times. It's when it gets real spicy.
Nah, CEO be in the lies when they be in there arguing all goddamn day.
Yeah, TikTok get crazy.
For real. It'd be I swear, people in TikTok, man, they be thinking that I'm Beniel Dariush and this bitch. They thinking they knocked me out, bro. What the hell?
Oh, probably could.
Oh, nah.
Wow. Hey, I
Ceo's
like that.
what?
Nah.
126 pounds?
Why does that matter?
It matters.
You act like Demetrius Johnson don't exist.
And Brandon Moreno.
Right. Oh, that's my boy.
I remember when he used to be good.
All right.
The one that beat up Figgy
Right. The one that
one
beat
that
up,
Figgy
the,
beat
the one
him?
that choked your boy out. He
and
never
made him tap
did.
out.
Yes,
he made him
did.
quit.
He beat
And he
him.
made him
No, he
quit.
didn't.
He beat him.
No,
He
he
had
made
a
him
bad
quit.
weight cut. He had a bad weight
So
cut.
what?
Oh God.
If you have a bad weight cut, that's your fault.
Jace
Nigga, cut
is
weight better.
Yeah, I
Hey,
can say
cut
that
weight
about
better,
every
nigga.
single Beniel fight. Every single Beniel fight was a bad weight cut, bro.
I gotta go on
Cut weight
TikTok.
better.
You do.
I gotta go on TikTok and deal with these cucks.
Yeah, because your boy Figgy talking about he was walking around at 160, 165. How you fighting at 125 walking around at 160?
It'd be like
That's
that.
ridiculous. No. That's undisciplined.
Anyways, beautiful people, I gotta get back to Call of Duty.
Enjoy.
Yeah,
I
that
hope
y'all be
I
good.
hope you get sniped.
What? First of all,
Headshot
listen.
dead.
Headshot dead. Hey.
Hey, that's happening next week. Next
Shout out
week.
to Leon.
Oh wow.
Hey, y'all be good.
All right.
All right,
Peace.
peace.